Hey YouTube, LJ Gamble here. Wanted to show you guys a different video. This is on an experimental lawnmower here. I'm using what's called a Geet reactor. That's this whole mechanism here instead of a carburetor in typical gas tank setup. This mower is able to run on just about anything that you put in the fuel tank, which is this jar here. You can mix anything as long as there's a little bit of petroleum product in there. Like you can just mix like a little bit of gasoline with coffee and soda and water, or just gasoline and water, or oil and Pepsi, or whatever you want to put in there, and it will run it. This acts like a mini refinery to refine the fuel that's in the tank into burnable Geet vapor that goes into the engine here. This here is the fuel rod. This goes in this pipe here. I'm just going to show you guys what's in here. So the intake of the engine is sucking from this jar through this middle tube that goes in the middle of this big pipe down through this copper pipe that will cool the Geet vapor, and then into the cylinder. And then once it combusts, it comes out of the exhaust through this pipe and exits through this large pipe, and the exhaust is moving this way and the intake is moving this way. And inside this intake, I'm going to take this off, is this rod that the fuel vaporizes around as it travels through, and it goes in this pipe here, and that's it. And the exhaust comes out here and is regulated by these valves, so that some of the exhaust that isn't completely burned goes back into the fuel jar to come back and be reburned, and you can monitor how much goes in and out here. This is basically like your throttle. You have to kind of fiddle with this and this one over here in order to increase the throttle, because it draws a vacuum in this jar, which vaporizes the fuel that's in the jar under vacuum. It boils it, and then goes in this way right there. And this is basically mixes in fresh air. It's just a ball valve to mix in fresh air with the fuel so that you get a proper burn. So yeah, I'm gonna get this thing started up for you guys and show you it running. Alright, here it is running. Not sure what my concentration of fuel is in that jar. I had to fix it. It hasn't run in about 3 months. But it's running now. Basically your throttle. Turn it all the way off, almost. It doesn't run perfect, but it's a really good proof of concept that you can get engines to run on pretty much anything you want with very simple parts. I mean, this is just pipes and fittings. I mean, nothing fancy. And it's running that garbage of fuel in there. I think there's a little bit of gasoline and mostly water, I think, and a little bit of oil or coke or something, I think, is in there. But it's just boiling it away, burning it. This is cool to the touch. Fairly hot. My tape is starting to come apart. I needed to solder these, but I didn't have the time. Running though, running pretty good. Exhaust back on. There we go. That's the operating temperature now. There we go. Now we're cooking. He's up the temperature now. Got this just about dialed in. You can usually get this to idle pretty low too. Let's see if I can get it down. See how low we can get this baby to idle. Barely tracked there. There we go. Pretty low. Yeah, she'll idle real low and still turn. You can just barely see that turning in there. The beauty of this Geet gas in the reactor, it refines it down so much that it's extremely combustible. So you need hardly any air. You can see it's just barely cracked there. Just sucking away. You can actually see it creating the vacuum in there because you can see the cloud. Kind of flashing in there. It's pretty neat. I just have it propped up so it don't move on me. That's all. Obviously this is held. It's running good. You can get it back up here. Nope, no, a little too much, but yep, you get the idea there. Runs real good. Basic parts. I mean, you can see how poor quality that fuel is, and it's still burning it, and just fine. No, you saw no smoke or nothing come out or nothing. Completely burns it 100%. Geet reactor on a Craftsman lawnmower.